card reading. Get ready. Really quick, just wanted to represent my shirt, Las Comadres. My dear friend owns a beautiful community of business women, some Latina, but it's just because it's a Spanish name, which actually means comadre, means like when you pick your godmother for your children, Latin women will call that godmother my comadre. Like that's the word that we use. So it's like kind of, it's the thing that you care about the most. Like that's the woman that you've given that to. So that's what this business community is all about. It's a really beautiful business, a really beautiful community of women. It's a really affordable price every month to be part of the community, and you get so much out of it, and also just a good vibe. And the truth is that, we can't just do things on our own. We really have to sign up for these things, be around other people with good vibrations about what they're doing, dedicated to their work as well, and we'll, just rub off on that and take it on ourselves. So it's really important to be in community, and this is the best business community out there for women. So I just really wanted to recommend it. I'll have it, if you go to my stories, I'll give you a swipe up to go, but it's also lascomadres.club. CLUB, okay? But you can also get it on the swipe up. All right. You can even ask the cards if you should join the group. All right. So ask yourself a question. I'm going to pull 2 cards. Pick card number 1 or card number 2, and that will be your answer. You can also just go with both because they usually have something to do with each other, okay? If you're not sure like what you need to know. Because you can totally over ask the cards. You know that. You can, if you have a deck of cards, you can totally abuse it by asking like the same questions but not taking any action. So the cards will just stop working with you. Your guides will be like, peace out, like come to me when you're ready to like do some work. So sometimes if you feel like, man, why aren't the cards working or whatever, ask yourself if you already know the answer and just have not owned up to it or walked into it. That is why they're not working. Okay, so they will stop working on you. All right. Card number 1. Sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So this card is really about taking time and taking space and time for yourself to let the answer come through to you. Okay, so typically, most of the time we have a question, we want to know where we're going, whatever, and we want to know it really fast. We think like, okay, well, if I just sit here and close my eyes and I ask from my heart, maybe I'll get the answer right away. And you make it a little bit, but give it some time to simmer and make sure that you don't jump from like what you're feeling straight into like, let me talk to this person and let me read here. And like, that's like my MO. I'm usually like, I feel it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to jump from thing to thing. But then it gets like, the essence of it gets confused if you move it too quickly. So this card is really about, whatever it is that you're asking, that you have a little bit of the answer, but to give some space for it to fully come. So to give it some time, a few days to really like feel into it and not so much think about it and like get confused about it, but more like, okay, I'm just gonna kind of surrender to like what is being shown to me, like what I'm feeling, what are the signs, what's showing up, and having some time and space for that. Sorry, I'm a little itchy. It's also so like knowing to like give this answer a second, like let it like fully show you what, because it's not all there yet. Just like let it fully show you what it's trying to be. This is also just a reminder to have some sort of practice, some sort of spiritual practice, making sure that you have a space to connect, that you have time for yourself to connect, whether that's in a yoga class or journaling in the morning or stretching or prayer at night, whatever it may be, but making sure that this is part of your day-to-day life, that there is space in your life, that you're able to receive and have time to actually receive and quiet time and all that. It's funny, my husband was talking about this a lot this weekend. He's like, you need more space, you need more time for yourself. So that's what this card's about. Okay, card number 2. Fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Okay, so this is, the card of, it's a really pretty card. I don't know if you guys can see it. So it's a card of balance, of course, like, just because you're excited about something, not going like full throttle and just like destroying everything behind you. Just making sure that you're excited about something and you bring it into your life, and that it's in a kind of in a balanced manner, and always making sure that we're not on one extreme or the other extreme. So this is just really about it's talking about this will be handled in a fair and just manner, but so that's also one answer to it. But more than anything, this is about balance. This is about like using your heart, but also using your logic. It's about being strategic, but also heart-centered. It's about being realistic, also optimistic at the same time. So really trying to find that place, trying to find the place where you use your voice, but you're also compassionate. So really finding a middle ground. I see this a lot in my clients where we'll work on one extreme and then we'll work on the other extreme, right? So it's kind of like, for example, would be, oh my gosh, I date all the time. I'm like crazy about it. I sleep around, blah, blah. And then one day it's like, no, that's not right for me. So I go to the other extreme and I'm like, I'm not going to do it like that anymore. I'm going to stay at home and I'm going to be like super, strategic and whatever. And those are two extremes. And the idea is that we always want to kind of work a little bit in the middle. And sometimes we have to go to these extremes. Not sometimes, most of the time, we have to go to these extremes to understand the middle. So this is really about finding that middle ground, that place in the middle, not feeling like you have to be so impulsive or that you have to like throw everything away just because you're excited about something new that's coming in, okay? So that's, kind of moving into this new direction or but going in it in a way that you're not, throwing everything away behind you. Also knowing that, it's also a nice card to remember to let go, that things are going to be handled in a way that, whatever effort you put into it is what you're going to get out, right? That it's not like a magic show, that the way that this is going to turn out really depends on like almost like a formula, like that, like whatever energy you're putting in, if it's, good energy, if it's positive energy, whatever, you're going to get the same thing out. If it's fearful energy, if you're not taking action, things like that, then you're also going to get the same, you're going to get those results. So knowing that like whatever you're putting in is what you're going to get out, and that's what's going to happen for this, whatever question you ask yourself. Okay. So good cards, very, action-oriented, which is the season that we're in. And yeah, hope that was helpful for you guys. Thanks so much for being here with me today, and I will see you the rest of the week. Hope you check out Las Comadres. It will be in my stories, and I will see you soon.